Alrighty, guys, welcome back to our second matchup of the evening on Mirage. It's going to be compLexity versus Method. And once again, Moses and Mega Man bringing you guys the action. What do you look forward to in this one, Moses?
I want to see what compLexity is going to have in store for us, because last night they played a match. It was a really weird match to watch, actually. It was versus Enemy on Cash, where they won like 6 eco rounds. They won the match 16-14, but they had to win 6 eco rounds to do it. It was like insane. So looking to see if one, they can improve their gun rounds to where that's not needed, and two, whether they can keep up the success of that in their eco round. So that'll be really, really interesting to see. And then for Method, just seeing if they've improved a little bit. They have Silent, who's had some good matches, Toy, who can be a pretty good fragger, but it hasn't really come together consistently for him. So just seeing if they can keep building off the small amount of success they had last season.
No, I got to meet these guys from Method at the Went Out LAN when we were casting that a couple weekends ago, and Silent was an absolute monster on LAN, especially with the AWP in hand, putting up big numbers for his team on a number of different matches that we saw. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how they've kind of adapted to having him as their primary opper, and how Ellie is actually going to be calling the strats for him, how he is going to be able to put things together on their terrorist side of Mirage, because playing against compLexity, obviously Symphus, kind of your epitome of hybrid player, your AWP and your AK rifler as well. See how they can put things together and put it down and do things, mano and mano there, because obviously with Symphus picking up the AWP as well, it's going to be interesting to see that up-on-up battle between him and Silent.
Yeah, that's the thing too, because Symphus last season, I mean, he was the guy with the op. He led the league in frags. He led the league. He was probably, I think statistically, he was one of the best players, basically with just the op. He solo op played, and he was their dedicated opper. And he was top in the AWP frags, top in total frags. Like, it was nuts. So he's going to have a big role to play. Sanks has also picked it up in the past. Six and Automatic have both also picked it up. But I mean, those are kind of the two guys I look to on compLexity to have big matches. Usually one of them goes off, and Roka's in there as well. So I mean, there's a lot of just straight up talent on the squad that Method's going to have to deal with. So that's going to be their task. Is are they just going to get outskilled? Or are they going to be able to neutralize that skill by playing strategically?
I'm going to call it now. CT side compLexity pistol round, Roka 4 headshots with a Silent USP. The guy's nuts with the pistol.
I mean, I'll take that bet if you actually want to, throw down on it. You feel a little frisky or what?
I mean, I'm always feeling frisky, but I just don't know if I'm feeling that frisky tonight.
All right.
I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. The guy has had even on LAN, the guy has had some absolute monstrous pistol rounds. We saw it, on Dust 2 against CLG last season. 7 kills in 2 rounds that he had fighting off the anti-ecos of CLG on Dust 2. The guy is he's an animal when it comes to the pistol, and when he's on, it's a very scary thing, because you already know that Sanks is a fragger. Automatic can frag out when needed. Symphus very consistent at the top of the kill count as well. And when you've got Roka and they're all putting it together, I mean, it really becomes a scary, scary thing. And with Valens, if he's making the right calls with the assists from Symphus and as well as Warden, then it's going to be a pretty scary thing for him.
Yeah, my big thing with compLexity with this lineup, because there's a lot of talent on it. There's a really high individual skill ceiling with Roka and Sanks and Automatic. Is one thing I've noticed is Automatic and Sanks especially, even going back to when they were Denial a season or two ago, they tend to it's usually one or the other goes off. It's usually either Automatic goes nuts or Sanks has a really good game, but together they don't have to do it together. And I think part of that is because I think they're just players who need to get out to hot starts to have that really, really dominant half from either one of them. So if they don't, if it's one person dominating early, the other guy never really gets his motor going. So that'll be something to keep our eye on.
And finally, we actually get to see it. Last time it was just James as the coach in for the CT, or for the Liquid side, pardon me. Now we actually get to see Method Oso and compLexity Warden. That's a very... It almost brings a tear to your eye when you see compLexity, that cold tag in front of Warden's name.
Nah.
All right, well, just because you had the, either the pleasure or misfortune of playing against them, depending on how well they were doing at the time. Not all of us had that pleasure, my friend.
Yeah, no, it is. No, in all reality, it is pretty cool to see Warden going home. So that will be interesting to see what he does as a coach, because he was just coaching Tempo Storm, which became Conquest. So, and I thought he actually did some really good work with them, simply because he's not really a strategic coach, but he's like this. He really works in the mental game, and I thought that was really good for Tempo Storm, now Conquest at the time, to keep them mentally leveled and stable, because they don't have a lot of experience. So it'll be interesting to hear what he has to say, what he brings to compLexity now.
All right, and we are live into the pistol round. It is going to be compLexity on the CT side. Valence, Sanks, Automatic, Roca, and Simphis facing off against the Method squad. Again, Toy, Justin, Silent, Strebber, and Ellie. And we'll see how they decide to hold this, because that bomb has already worked its way into that A-bomb site. Automatic hiding in this smoke. He's got Silent coming up from Connector. They haven't spotted him out. He's just going to push on through. They do finally spot him, and he is going to go down immediately afterwards, as they do have that raid boss buy there onto Toy with the body armor and that Tech 9, and ripping pepperonis my 4K for Roca, as two simultaneous frags come in. Roca is going to be making his way over towards Tetris just to clean things out. They do have one firebox, one CT spawn, and one coming up through Connector. And trying to make something happen. Roca goes down. Toy going to be able to find the headshot, and it's all on Valence and Simphis. They do have a kid on Valence, but he's a little detached. He is going to go for the smoke defuse. 3, 2, not going to get it. They find his toes outside of that smoke, and Method going to pick up the pistol round.
Yeah, it's really Justin that saves that from him, because, I mean, that retake was starting to look really good once Simphis and Valence both combined for a kill, like, immediately. Like, that flank from Justin coming up Connector kind of threw everything into a wrench, gave a whole other angle to that retake that compLexity just couldn't handle. So they eventually just get pinched from too many different spots, and they fall, but they're not going to give it up quite yet. We do have 4 pistols upgraded, 4 players with armor. Valence has that scout as well, so they're going to go to deal some damage and possibly even take this round right back.
I got a question for you, Moses. Maybe you can answer this, but probably not. How does smoke diffuses work with this new CT side animation? You can't see your PDA's screen.
I have no clue, to be 100% honest with you. We haven't had enough time with this update, so we're just kind of going to see.
All right, well, there you go. There's a trade. Ellie goes down. Automatic was off the board. And Simphis going to be able to find one. Toy coming up through Connector is going to be able to find one over there by the jungle side, as well as Roberts getting in on Valence. And now Toy, he's going to come under fire here. He goes for the wide peak, strafing on around, but Roka's going to capitalize on at least one. See if he can find a second one. Not going to happen. Silent takes him down, and it's on Sanks outside of Connector. Not going to find it.
You know, that joke that you said just hit me now. Just hit me right now.
There you go. Took you a minute. It's the jet lag.
I don't think I liked it that much. I think that was the issue.
Once I finished saying it, I don't think I liked it either.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. You can do better. I expect better of you.
All right, I'll work on it. I felt like it was kind of clever, you know?
All right, let's just move on. Let's just move on, Corey.
Okay. Method up 2-0, though. They do get the anti-eco round out, and this is going to be another save round for the compLexity side. You can see playing pretty much a relatively standard default strategy here on the saves. Automatic pushing up in Palace, Simphis to nade in window room, and that's going to put him down to 31. But Automatic, he got caught by Roberts the last time. See whether or not he can make it happen.
Toy's already up here in Connector, so he spots one out in window room, but he doesn't have to commit to that fight. And there's Automatic getting aggressive into halls. He actually has the bomb down. I don't think he knows it, though, and only a back 10. The rest of his team's just getting wiped out, so he's got no real shot to do anything. Roka's going to rotate over. He can't find anything, so his position is given away. That's a run-and-gun Tech 9, and Roka's just going to hold his ground and get dropped.
And Silent through the smoke's going to be able to find Automatic as well. So the 3-0 has been executed. Only one frag on the board for the CTs that round. And you can see they've managed to accumulate 6 kills over the first 3 rounds, which isn't a terrible thing. After losing the pistol round, they were able to bring it back a little bit and get a couple of kills there in the last couple of rounds. But again, it is going to be our first gun round, and it's going to be a full rifle buy. No scoped rifles on the field just yet, as I expect to see Simphis picking from the mid connector and trying to make something happen for his squad with that AWP, as well as Silent picking it up here from time to time. So again, slow play coming out from the terrorist side. You can see they've actually got a little bit of mid control too at the top side there. Smoke comes out into window room. That's going to be off of the back of Toy. As well as a flashbang to follow, allow his teammate Strebber to get out from the underpass side, and it looks like they're going to be going for a crush onto this A bomb site, and this is going to really be on Automatic here, who's playing from the connector stairs. See whether or not he can lock this one down, as he is going to have a number of players. There's the flashbangs. He throws the counter flash. He pushes through the smoke. That's a great play from Automatic. Simphis is going to clean up both of those players, and now Automatic just has to take down Toy, which he fails to do, but does tremendous damage, 95 to him. But Toy going to find the shot onto Sanks as well, evening things back up into a 3v3. Simphis still on 29 health. He's got Toy right around the corner there in connector. Pop flash comes around. Justin actually throwing that a little bit too deep, blinds his teammate, and that bomb is going to finally get planted. But popping out here, Valens playing from the fireboxes. They didn't spot him out just yet, but he doesn't manage to find the damage on a Silent as of this current moment. Now we wait to see this retake happen. 3-on-3. There it is, the peek from Valens. He can't connect the spray. Silent takes him down. There's the trade, and now it's all on Roka in a 1v2. What can he do here? He's got one player all the way over in connector. Justin's going to go for the peek out. And another tap from the bomb, and Roka getting slowly whittled down here. 72 HP. Going to be able to find the shots onto Justin? No, he gets taken out, and Method win the first full gun round. 4-0 for the terrorist side of Method. So we're going to continue on here, and again, another nice strategy coming out from the Method side. That slow push up through the connector, and I like what Automatic did. He threw that smoke out, or threw the flashbang out, and wasn't able to get spotted, but unfortunately wasn't able to get anything out of it, as Toy was able to take him down as well as his comrade over there on the catwalk. So we'll see another save round for complexity's side. 4-0 your scoreline as Method continue to tally up those wins on their T side. Silent now with the AWP, going to be looking for somebody to push aggressively in the B halls. That's Roka playing that position, but he's not going to go too terribly aggressive right now, playing up on top of the balcony outside of that corridor. And now we see the smokes and flashes come over that A bomb site. It's going to be a bit of a fake as of right now, as Strebber going to be holding that bomb outside of the T ramp. Molotov to window room would have flushed Simphis out if he was in the same position he was in the last anti-eco round, but this time he's going to find himself over in the jungle side. But again, 5-on-5 full strength, no damage just yet, as these players are patiently waiting for the execution to come out. You can see 3 players, actually 4 players grouped up here from the CT side over in this A bomb site, and that looks like where Method has been favoring these hits. So right now we'll see whether or not they can infiltrate that bomb site once again on this eco round and put another win on their terrorist side. 5 rounds would be a great start for Method, especially blanking complexity so far. But look at this, Sank's going to go ahead and get aggressive, takes the AWP out of the hands of Silent. Justin does manage to trade it out, but now they got to deal with Automatic out here underneath. There's a nice grenade, going to be able to find one, and Automatic trades it out, but it's going to be too little too late, as Roka on the long rotation coming around from CT spawn, going to be looking for anything that he can find. Flashbang around the corner, not going to find anything at all, as Justin takes him out. 5-0 now for Method. And again, only 2 casualties on the board. Strebber with 5 HP survives to fight another day. And we'll see if they can get anything this time on Complexity's CT side. AWP now in the hands of Simphis. Silent going to have the salvaged AWP in his hands as well, so we might see that AWP-on-AWP battle that we talked about at the beginning of this broadcast. 5-0 for Method. Moving forward, this is the second full gun round that we've seen so far. And again, Simphis going to be there at the top side of mid. Not going to find anything, but look at this aggressive play coming out from Complexity. Automatic and Sanks both going to be able to clear out this area, and that's going to leave Justin all the way at the bottom side of mid, trying to find something outside of terrorist spawn, but Automatic getting up on catwalk, not going to find anything in that area, but they've gathered a handful of information. They know that there's nothing coming towards mid, and Roka being relatively aggressive here in the B halls, they know that it's going to be a hit towards the A bomb site. Now, Automatic, oh, he was half blind, not able to find his way through that smoke, and look at this, Sanks gets caught out. Toy finds Valens in that A bomb site, just completely picked apart once again by the Method side. Very, very difficult hold so far from Complexity. They're going to have to make a change, and Warden's going to have to make that call for him and say, hey, you guys, we need to make something different happen here at this A bomb site. Now, this 2v3 retake is going to be very, very difficult, and again, there it is. Toy going to find another one. Simphis, your last man standing, can't line up the off shot. Going to go for the repeat, and Justin takes him down, so that's 6-0 scoreline now in favor of Method. And just bombarding that A bomb site, not having any success on the Complexity side. We talked about how they had 6 kills after the first 3 rounds, where they've only compiled a handful more since then. And we'll see whether or not they can do anything here. They're going to go ahead and force up here. Shades of complexity's past here, as Simphis probably calling for that force buy. They've got 2 M4s, 2 FAMASas, and a 5-7 in the hands of Roka, but this time it looks like it's going to be a push more towards that B side of the map. We'll see whether or not they can lock it down this time on complexity's side, as Roka is actually going to get a tasty spots out. Silent over there with that AWP, going to lob that smoke up in through the window and try to cordon that area off for a little while longer, but there is a gap in it, and Silent can spot through. And if he jumps up, he might pay the price on it, and he does. Silent going to hit that shot. Roka down and out, and now that push could come in very aggressive towards that B bomb site, but look at this. Terrorist side playing this very patiently, very methodical, slow and steady wins the race, and that's exactly what they're going to do here. Sanks playing underneath by where Roka was, where he met his demise, and again, Silent still looking for that off shot to the backside of that B bomb site. Sanks still patient back there by Van, but that nade's going to rain on his parade. Takes him down to 59. Another nade? No, they're going to Molotov to the end of the hallway again, but that's not going to find any extra damage onto him. Valens, though, gets caught. Ellie going to be able to find that frag over in Terrorist spawn, as he was getting very aggressive on the A bomb site. And now that bomb rotating back around towards mid. Look at the mid presence from Method now. 4 players overtaking this area, and it looks like they're going to make a bid for that A bomb site yet again. Very, very difficult holds here from compLexity. Method throwing the kitchen sink at him early in this round, early in this matchup, pardon me, as compLexity has absolutely no reply whatsoever for this. And again, Justin finds the headshot on automatic. This should be a save call for the players on compLexity. Simphis shouldn't even be in this position as he goes to battle with Justin down to 39 HP. He's going to go ahead and fall back a little bit and maybe try to hang on to this FAMAS for the next round, but Roberts is pushing aggressively on him, and he is going to find the frag. Sanks is going to be able to find one. Still going for that peek is Silent, but he's not able to line it up just yet. Sanks jumping across, and he pays the price anyway. So, again, losing all of their rifles in the long run. They might have been able to fall back and hold some angles and get some exit frags, but Method capitalizing on it, not leaving any economy on the board for the compLexity side. 7-0 now, as they are just completely dominating this matchup. And Moses and I, we talked about this before, but unfortunately, this is not what Moses thought was going to happen so far in this matchup. I figured it was going to be a good match with compLexity taking it, but Method already 7 rounds on their T side, and they have no signs of slowing down. Another force buy from compLexity. Moses lagged out, in case you guys are wondering, so I'm just going to keep on going until he finds his way back into the mumble with me.
I'm here to give you a little bit of a break while Moses makes his way back in, but...
Bless your heart!
So I'm here. I'm going to try to catch my way back up to what has been going on so far, but it looks like a lot of method kills happening right now as they've taken up. Last round, they were just all over the map, just sort of destroying one after another, but I'll let you take it away from here.
They were a little bit here, a little bit there. You can actually see 9-1 for Justin. Toy sitting at 10-1. They're aggressive over at the B-bomb site. Finally, Roka's going to get an opening here for the compLexity side as they do draw first blood. I think that might be the first time we've seen compLexity get the opening kill, which is a testament to what Silent and company have been doing on the Method side.
Well, getting that opening kill on this map's actually a really big deal because of the design of this map. That's really how you're going to win on T side, and it's hard to get it so frequently. But they're going to go ahead and execute on this B bomb site really fast.
Toy is not given any craps right now. As you see, Simphis actually coming around. He was hiding bench the entire time, able to find 1 and 2, and that leaves Silent. So the first good-looking round, but there it is. Oh, almost Silent. Almost able to get automatic as well, and that would have put him in a really good position as Valens was on a very long rotation, but compLexity finally able to get their first round on the board.
Yeah, but so they pick up that round, but as you were saying, you know, being able to pick up that early frag, especially if you either get mid guy's great because then they don't have that quick rotate on either of the bomb sites. But even if you pick up one of the guys at the bomb sites, these sites are so big that you can spread out across, and even though you've got one guy and probably the quick rotator from mid, it's just so hard to hold on to them. But you know, the testament to Method is it's not easy to get that opening frag just because the CTs have so much time to set up before you can really do any sort of execute.
And again, this is a really scary situation for compLexity to be in. If they drop this round, it resets the money, and they're looking at a 9-1 score line. So again, not having a whole lot of fruitful luck so far on their CT side. And we talk about since the rifles on the CT side are so much more expensive than the rifles on the terrorist side, it's very, very difficult for these players to continually buy up. But there you go, first blood. Toy going to find it, but Toy does a tremendous amount of damage to his own teammates. He's actually got Strebber down to 48, and he dinked Ellie down to 44, but it's a 5-on-4 post-plant situation. That Molotov fizzles, And now the retake is on. compLexity, what do you have for us this round? What kind of a retake do you have? You've got 2 players in the red, both Roberts and Toy, both very, very low. Silent's going to pop a shot, but he's not going to find anything. Roka able to answer back. Automatic burns one, but Silent answers back with the AWP, and he's got a great position up here in the apartments. He's going to be able to find one onto Simphis, looking for one onto Roka. He's not able to find the shot, but again, where's this last player? It's Justin, and they've got to go for the open defuse, and Justin wins the round. And again, there's the reset of that economy that we were talking about, Holden. We're looking at a 9-1 scoreline before all's said and done. Method is laying it down on Mirage.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good job there after they got that. So post-plant, they get that bomb down, and then they position themselves so that it was a matter of I peek, you peek, I peek, you peek, 3 peek. You know, it's just back and forth, and all of a sudden these compLexity players, you saw Roka, he's trying to get the guy at A ramp, and he has to push up to try to do that. And then he's got Silent to deal with, who was up in apartment. It was sort of, or in Palace, rather. And it's back and forth, and just a really good job by them holding on to that. And right now, compLexity actually going to make a really aggressive push underpass here. Justin was ready for it. He picks up one. Simphis returns it, though, but he's going to be able to pick up second. No, and there's one more player here at underpass, but I don't think he got spotted. Automatic going to creep up with that pistol.
Yeah, and Roka also getting aggressive behind the smoke in the B halls, but he's not going to find anything either. And if he did push through, Silent was watching that like a hawk, and he's going to drop the flashbang out, but he might get flanked out. He's got to be careful, and look at this. There it is. Automatic going to be able to find that frag anyway. And gets the AWP for his troubles as well, and he's going to join Roka over here in the B bomb site. But this leaves Valens in a 1v3 over in the A bomb site, and that's exactly where the bomb is moving. Now, Valens, he's got to play this smart and patient and wait for his teammates to rotate. The rotate is already on from compLexity, and we'll see whether or not they get there in time. CT's already smoked off. Ellie's going to find the shot anyway. Pre-fire in the corner takes him down, not even giving him a second to think about what he wants to do. But Roka finds 1 and 2 with the Desert Eagle, dropping him down, and now it's all on Toy in a 1v2. He mollies out Roka. Actually, he mollies the palm tree. He wants to burn down some trees now. But we'll see. Toy, 1 versus 2. Toy has been sensational so far in this matchup. He's 13 and 3. He's trying to get up on top of the box, I think, but he's not able to find his way up there. And now he doesn't realize it, but if he picks up the bomb and plants in front of the boxes, he's going to be able to find himself a free plant. And that's exactly what he wants to do here, and that's what he's going to do. And these 2 CTs very, very slow to rotate in. And now Toy spotting out towards jungle, not finding anything over there, and Roka's still with the Desert Eagle, still looking for something. Automatic goes down. He isolates the 1v1. And Roka with the triple 1D, gonna get it done. compLexity picks up their second round on the back of some sensational deagle play from Roka. I told you his pistols were nuts.
I mean, just well played by him, going ahead and being able to get in there, get that frag, and get the defuse. But still, I mean, it's still a scary round. I mean, Method was able to get in that bomb site. They take out Ellie, excuse me, as they were going into that bomb site, and all of a sudden it was free for them. And compLexity had to rotate around and deal with that 1v or 2v3. But good job at them picking it up. As you said, they pick up a second round, but you have to start to wonder. They essentially need to win out here. Again, you don't want to reset the economy one more time. You know, these back and forth is not how you build up and get yourself back into this game.
No, not at all. And that's the biggest part that they're on the detriment of right now on the compLexity side is, again, if they lose this round, they're going to be right back onto what they had last round, which is nothing. It looks like the Method squad is gearing up for that B bomb site hit. We'll see whether or not that comes in here in a few moments, as we do see Justin getting ready to line up a smoke. Roka playing aggressive here in the window behind his own smoke. Trying to spot for a shoulder to come on around that corner, but that smoke is going to fade here. And the smokes come over. And there it is, Roka playing that position, very aggressive, very smart. He's able to take down 2 before Justin trades it out, and that's going to leave it on that 3 versus 4. So the entry frag's going the way of compLexity this round, as Sanks finds another one over from Catwalk, and Automatic slowly creeping up, but Silent finds him. Ellie's able to find one. Silent finds another one, and all of a sudden it's down to Simphis with an AWP in kitchen. What can he do from this position? 1 versus 2. Ellie just holding on Catwalk. Silent going to move that bomb in and try to get the plant if he can find it. Playing this very cautiously. But there it is. Not even a bomb plant on the board. Ellie's going to be able to find Simphis, and again, there's the money reset for compLexity. They're back to pistols.
They really got to sort of be scratching their heads there. I mean, they had the defense set up. Roka picks up the 2 in apartments before getting dropped. It should have been an easy rotate over to get 2 more into that bomb site. And they're not able to hold it off, and then they leave Simphis all by himself there in the kitchen to try to win a 1v2 with the op, no less. You know, you've got to be just sort of wondering what happened. How did we let these guys in? Granted, there were smokes down. Method did a very, very good job of giving themselves cover, excuse me, as they entered the bomb site. But in any case, Method now is setting up on the other side of the site, a couple players in mid, and actually they get dropped by the pistols again of compLexity. So if there's one thing to say, compLexity has been very efficient with their pistols. It's just they're on them too frequently.
Yeah, and that's the biggest part about it. But Semphis bought an M4 this round. They did buy up armor as well, so you can see Sanks and Automatic both with armor and rifles to work with now. But that hit coming towards the A bomb site. Again, a man advantage going the way of compLexity. But they have to continue to capitalize. Roka, he's on a 5-7. He should have bought the Desert Eagle. He had such luck with it the last time. But Roberts, no smoke even in CT spawn. And now the push comes on up. The dink gets laid out. Justin going to get chipped down. And the HP value is very low. Sank's going to find one through the smoke. Roberts over here by the firebox is not going to find anything, but it's up to Silent, really. 100 HP in a dream with that AWP and a 3v2. He's going to have to do something sensational, but that bomb is not planted for him. He finds 1 and 2, but there's no kit on Automatic. And he's going to go ahead and push on in. And Silent gets it. 1v3. Method on 10.
That's I mean, I was about to praise them. I was like, well, another eco round picked up well. Granted, they had the rifle on the back of Semphis, but they played it really well. They got aggressive, 2 of them up mid to go ahead and pick up the 2 terrorists that have been pushed up that way as well. And then all of a sudden, they just turn around and they let Silent come in and just win that round fairly convincingly too.
And because that was a bit of a force buy in that last round, they're going to be on another save here on compLexity's side. Only pistols for him, so their buy is really skewed up here, and they're not going to be able to do really much of anything this round because they have even less economy to work with than the round before. Justin, peeking out from apartments, he's going to be able to find Valens, takes him down. Valens having a really, he's on the struggle bus this match. He's only 2-2-12, and again, Roka, he's kind of the hero for the compLexity side, but look at the scores here on the terrorist side. Justin 15-5, Silent 16-6, Toy 14-6. The new acquisition for Method, Toy, going to be able to find those frags, and he's been laying it down here in Pro League so far. Semphis, though, able to find one over there in the A-bomb site. Automatic jumping out through window, trying to get aggressive, not going to be able to find what he was looking for. The nade on the catwalk should find, oh my god, that just destroyed Roka. Goes for the peek, and Toy finds him anyway, leaving it all on Sanks. 1v4. Not much that he can do in this situation, except one deke Justin. Let's see if he can get any more here, Holden.
Yeah, he's going to work up from that CT spawn and see. But he's got 3 of these terrorists to deal with, and then right now they knew exactly where he's at. They take him down very quickly, and so Method picks up their 11th round. So 11-2 now the score. And I don't, you can't really attribute this to the update making the game more T-sided. This is still Mirage, and this should be still a CT-sided map. And right now Method has just been sort of rolling over compLexity wherever they're going.
Yeah, this is a huge showing from Method so far. I mean, they maintained their spot in Pro League from last season. They didn't do as good as they probably wanted to. I mean, I think they only got 3 wins the entire season last season, but a win on compLexity early in the season like this will definitely bode well for them and show that they've put in the work. They've gotten themselves to the point where, they can compete with the big boys, because compLexity is, one of the higher tier teams in the North American division.
Yeah, and Method was on the upswing at the end of the season. We should say that.
Yes.
They were finally putting
were.
some things together. So that's why I was happy to see them make it back in here. As right now, it looks like they're actually going to pull a fake. They've got the bomb over there in apartments, and there's only the one. Nope, the other one's going to rotate back. So they're onto this already. They're going to rotate back over to that B bomb site because the bomb is over there in apartments, and they sniffed it out.
Yeah, but here's what's dangerous right now is Ellie might be able to catch Valens out and hold that rotation, and that bomb is actually falling back out of the B halls. They've got one player up in mid. That's going to be Silent, who finds Automatic, takes him down, and now that B bomb site's only got one defender there. That's going to be Valens, who goes for the peek out, and he's going to get the spray and pray. He does manage to take down Ellie, and well, look at this. This is such a confusing round right now because they're pinching over here in B on Strubber, and they do take him down, but the bomb still working its way in towards A. And Valens not going to be able to find it. Silent takes him down, so the bomb plant will come in for that Method side and that A bomb site. And look at this, Silent getting very aggressive here into CT spawn, and this is exactly what he needs to do. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to hit the shot, but he pushed up, he gathered the information. Hey, both of these players are over here near CT spawn, but Justin, he's having a hell of a match so far. Finds Semphis, takes him down.
Boom.
Oh, man, you hate to see it.
I'm still amazed Method got that bomb plant, to be honest. I was like, compLexity read this perfectly. They saw where the pressure was initially, and they read the fake over at the apartments, but it just happened to be they rotated the bomb out of those apartments just as Semphis was coming up from underpass to flank, and they were able to sneak it out all the way through spawn to get it back around to A. So Good on them getting the bomb plant, but compLexity at least was able to pick that round up at the end. But again, a lot of damage done, leaving it just down to the one player. So even when they're winning rounds, they're losing a lot of money.
The other side of this, too, is that economy not really all that stable for this last round. You can see Automatic. He's got a mag 7. He's going to be going into underpass and trying to make something happen. Drops the flashbang. Doesn't spot anything out, so he's able to gather a whole hell of a lot of information for his teammates, and they need to make this rotation over towards the A bomb site. You can see Simphis playing aggressively here in mid as well as Sanks, but only Valens to hold off this A onslaught, and he's had trouble with this so far all match. I mean, he's only 3 and 13. He does have 4 assists, but again, 3 and 13. Very, very tough scoreline for him. Molotov into connector. That flushes Sanks out. Simphis, though, is able to find Silent. The up-on-up battle going to get one here by the CT side, and Sanks aggressive in mid finds Toy. So a good start to the round now for compLexity, and if they're able to get a 4th round on the board, that's going to be really, really good for him. But Roberts picks up that AWP, takes out Simphis, so we're back to only a man advantage for compLexity.
Automatic's pushing up here on T-spawn. He's got 2 players to deal with, and they do take him out. And so now they've evened it back up. And that bomb is actually working towards the B apartments. And there is the one compLexity member rotating all the way over. He's going to see if he can try to catch that.
Well, this is Sanks. He's in underpass. He's going to be able to catch Ellie. And that's the bomb. So good play from Sanks. He didn't go off of Cat. Initially, I thought he was rotating towards B via Cat, but he actually brought his way around to be from Subway, which is a good play from that. He was able to catch one out, and now Justin trying to go for the jump peek, not able to find it, but Roberts is going to pick up his 3rd kill on the round, and now it's Roka in a 1v1, 15 seconds left on the clock, and Roka's going to fall back into that B bomb site, and Roberts, where are you going, mate? You got no time for this. And this is surely a round win from compLexity. He doesn't even have time to plant. He's just hunting for Roka, see if he can find him, but not going to happen. So 11-4 is going to be your first half scoreline. So they do battle in the end, and Roka wins it, but 11-4, Method on top by 7. Is it going to be enough, though? Is compLexity going to be able to get hot on their terrorist side? And this is, I talked to Moses before about the changes with the M4, people not necessarily being comfortable with the M4A4 yet. As you saw, obviously Simphis was using the silenced M4. Roka, he's kind of been stuck on that M4A4 for a long time, but how are these players going to adapt? Is it going to swing things more into a terrorist side for a lot of these maps that were otherwise CT-sided? And this could be the first kind of showing that you see where T-side is tremendous because they've got the firepower advantage and people still trying to get accommodated with those new rifle changes.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that I am ready to quite write it off to that. I think, I mean, as we watch Method play, honestly, their site takes were very strong. You know, they were picking up the early frags frequently, but even when they weren't, their site takes were so good that they placed the smokes right, and then pretty much every time they actually entered into the A or B bomb site, they got the first frag during that execute. Whether it be the player under balcony at the A bomb site, or whether it be a player at van at the B bomb site, they were doing a very good job about that in general. And so I think at that point, compLexity was playing from behind repeatedly.
Yeah, almost the entire half, to be honest with you. They were able to string together the last couple of rounds there on their CT side, so not too terrible for them. But again, Silent 19-8, 18-8 for Justin. He's having a sensational match, and Toy, their new acquisition, at 16-8. So really kind of carrying the brunt of the frags, those top 3 players. 9-11 for Roberts and 8-12 for Ellie. But again, if Method win their CT side pistol, we're looking at a 14-4 scoreline. It's almost a repeat of the last match that we just watched.
Yes, but at this point, compLexity, as we said, pick up these pistols, see what they can do. Right now, there's already damage being done at mid and underpass on these compLexity players, and actually, he's going to pop out and see if he can pick up. Who is that? Roberts, excuse me. He does actually get that, but there was a quick trade, and so now it's a 4v4 early on.
Yeah, but not only that, Silent got one from the window room. He does go down, but still looking for something over here. Is Justin spraying that USP, trying to make something happen right now, but not able to do anything just yet. He does manage to swing on Roka, takes him down with a nice shot from that USPS, and we're back to a 3v3. Now, similar HP values for both sides as 2 players are relatively healthy. Simphis is on 9 HP, and this is really going to be whether or not Ellie can find something, make something happen this round, because that bomb's still yet to get planted. It's not safe for Valens. Now he's going to try to get that plant. 2 players extremely low on the Method side. 1 player, Justin, holding from CT spawn, still trying to make something happen. That Molotov comes out, and that's going to be the push, but Sanks finds 2 more headshots, and Valens finishes it off as compLexity roll through the pistol round, a round that I thought was going to go Method's way by the early damage on the board.
Yeah. I mean, they even trade, like I said, in middle there tends to favor the terrorist side if they get a quick execute afterwards, which they did. They pushed up through that connector, and then the rotate from the CT side, method side, they go ahead and rotate over through window, and at that point it's really tough because they get choked off into jungle there. So good job at compLexity getting the bomb plant and getting that round win. They need a couple more here to get themselves back into it and then see what they can string together on the guns.
Nice shots from Sanks. Going to find Ellie in the backside of that B-bomb site, and that's pretty much the B-bomb site for free. Spraying and praying with that MAC-10 is going to be Roka, who does manage to find one more frag before having to fall back, and the MAC-10 is going to put a lot of money in the bank here for the terrorist side. But unfortunately, Roka's only going to be able to find the one as he does a split off of the stairs. I don't know if you saw that ragdoll. I don't know if DJ wants to go over towards the stairs in the A bomb site and take a look at Roka's. He's just lounging. He's just chilling over there. That's hilarious. Oh, it fell differently on his screen. What? I'm screenshotting it.
Well, the ragdoll stuff I think is calculated client side, so that would make sense, no?
I don't know, but it's absolutely hilarious on my screen. I'm gonna upload it and put it in chat for you lovely gentlemen this evening.
In any case, method there, the last two players were trying to save their armor, but Toy does get picked up, and Justin got picked up earlier in the round, so they were trying to save the armor, but unable to do so, so neither of them get that. And now they're going to be facing off here again, basically going to be on a no-buy situation. Maybe, let's see, one of them get a kit? Any of them get a kit? No. So basically no equipment there, just a couple pistols, I think, purchased on the CT side.
And again, very aggressive here in Apartment Palace. There's already the opening frag on the board and still trying to find some more. Sank's going to be able to find 1 and 2. And that A bomb site is just completely picked clean. compLexity on their T side, very strong so far. And these anti-eco rounds, and Ellie is going to come under fire from Simphis. Simphis takes him down, 7-11 now, as we got a bit of a match on our hands.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, when you're down by that much, the first thing you need to do is pick up the pistol rounds. That's the way you get your momentum going, you get your morale going. We do have a pause here because Sanks with the no Steam log on, the dreaded no Steam log on.
But of course.
So he drops, but yeah, I mean, as a, you know, especially down, you're on the harder side of the map, but you go ahead and you pick up those 3 rounds. All of a sudden, you got a little bit of momentum going. You think you can turn it around. They pick up a couple of rifles here, and they make the swing. But I would imagine this is the interesting thing here is that the method side don't have the money to get an op on anyone's back. So they're actually just going to leave Method. I don't know if he's going to buy anything else right now. That's all he's going to buy. So excuse me, Silent, not Method. They're going to try to get the op on his back. Oh, no, there he goes. He buys up the M4. Okay. I thought he was just going to save up, and it was going to be a really awkward situation, but nope. So they have all 5 rifles, so no ops on their back, so something to watch out for is they're not going to have that presence on either site.
All right, so full M4A4, unanimous switch over to the M4A4 here for the CT side of Method, and we'll see how they fare in this round. Again, like you said, compLexity going to have that AWP in the hands of Simphis, AKs across the board for the rest of their squad, but it's all going to come down to how they execute this hold. You've got 3 players from compLexity working their way through Underpass. You've got 2 players playing aggressively on Catwalk. That's going to be Toy and Ellie. They might be able to spot this out, but Toy's looking the wrong way. He spins around. He does manage to find one. Does significant damage onto Roka, but Roka does get the trade. And now it's going to be on this A hit. How are they going to hold this one down? Well, not very well. Strebber is able to find Valens, but Simphis goes immediately right back into him. Roka loses his life to the hands of Justin, holding for the reverse firebox. And now we're going to be seeing whether or not Simphis can do anything. He does manage to find one, and Sanks cleans it up. It comes down to that 1v1, but Sanks does win it in the long run, and compLexity take the first gun round.
Yeah, Method actually had basically the perfect setup for the take that compLexity was doing. They had pushed those 2 players up Catwalk, so their 2 B-side players had both pushed all the way up on Catwalk, and the 3 compLexity players had come through Underpass, and they were just basically trying to do an A split. So they had basically every angle necessary to defend that A bomb site, but unable to pick it up anyways. So it was a close one, but compLexity picks it up. They've got the full guns again, And the op on the back of Memphis once more.
All right, so we'll see how this next round unravels, as it is going to be another eco round. Robert's going to get naded and taken out immediately at the beginning of this one. Justin trying to find something with that Desert Eagle, and he does. It's the face of Valens, who just the most unlucky player in the server right now. And another nice shot. Toy from underneath the balcony is going to be able to find one. Automatic takes down Silent. Flashbang around the corner. That's going to blind Simphis. Toy going to be able to find a second. Let's see if he can find a third. No, Sanks is going to be there for the trade, and we're down to a 2v2. Justin going to find another 1D, and it's down to Justin versus Sanks. Justin going to try to find that rifle over there in the connector, and he does manage to pick up the AK, and now Sanks peeking out.
Oh!
Pops the shot anyway. Complexity pick up another round, coming down to the 1v1 between Justin and Sanks again.
Yeah, can't write that. Again, another close round and really good one by Method. Basically, they were on their pistols, and so while Complexity was picking up some of those eco rounds, Method themselves doing a very good job on theirs, dropping forward those Complexity players. Now they had plenty of money to buy. They had almost 6K across the board, so they do have the op on the back of Silent, and he is going to head into the A bomb site with that op and play back towards CT spawn, I imagine.
So 11-9 your scoreline. AWP on the back of Silent. He had a lot of success with it in the first half. We'll see if he has a lot of success with it again this half. As you can see, look at how aggressive they're playing here in mid, and this is shades of the last round. We'll see whether or not the Complexity squad decides to go down towards that underpass, or if they're going to push in towards the upper B halls. And as of right now, it looks like Roka is going to be trying to line up a smoke here for this B bomb site, see where this smoke decides to go. He's going to pull out the AK now. He pulls out the smoke again, and the AK and the smoke. And he throws it. So he is going to throw that. That is going to go right over in front of the window room in that B-bomb site. And this is all a ruse, boys. It's all a ruse. Flashbang out around the corner. Flashbang to follow. And there's the spray down from Ellie. But that rotation all the way in towards the A-bomb site. And this is all on Toy. He's by himself. He does have support coming in the form of Silent from CT Spawn. But Toy peeking the wrong way. But Valens, I don't know what he was doing. 360 running around there from wherever he was doing. I don't even know what that was. But Silent's going to be able to find, well, one before he goes down. The Molotov flushes him out from that position, and Automatic does manage to trade. Sanks going to be there as well. And now we've got a 1-point difference between these two teams.
I mean, this is just... I don't really know. I mean, this is just really impressive here by the Complexity side, just the same way it was on the Method side. They've won, 6 rounds in a row now. They've put themselves in a good position. They're winning, frequently winning the battles, and they're trading well. And in the end, that's what Complexity is, why they picked up these rounds. They've been trading just a hair better, especially, in the late rounds when it's, the 2v2s, the 1v1s, they actually end up winning those, so...
Early pick going the way of Complexity again. AK-47 shot to Justin. And we will be seeing that man advantage once again going the way of the terrorist side. 2 men down now, as Silent costs his life to the AK bullet of Sanks. So now we've got that 3 versus 5. Look at this. Roberts coming around from the backside. He's going to be able to find Valens. He is just having a really rough go of it. He's 4-18 right now, not having any success. Pushing the smoke, though. Toy going to find Automatic on the other side. Hello. And now we see whether or not Strubber can do any damage, as he's over in the terrorist spawn. Should be another round on Complexity, though, and we should be tied up here. So a lot of T-side action so far in this matchup. As a lot of success being found by both squads on their T-side. First half was 11-4 in favor of Method on their T-side, and so far it's been all Complexity all day. They haven't dropped a round yet. That's 7 in a row for them.
We saw a match very similar to this in last season of Pro League. I'm trying to remember who the 2 teams were, but it started off and it was like an 11-4 score or something in favor of the Terrorists in the first half. I think it was actually maybe one of the Heat Stars games, oddly enough.
Don't tell me it was Keed Stars versus Luminosity that went into 5
yes,
OTs.
That's exactly the one.
I don't want to do that again. That was ridiculous.
But it was crazy because neither team on their CT side could do anything until the overtimes.
No, they couldn't. And
then it rotated, and then at one point the overtimes they completely switched. But I mean, it's just very similar to what we're seeing here.
And again, we're going to see that hit coming in towards that A-bomb site. Once again, Justin going to fall. Already an opening here, but doubling up is going to be Robert. Silent finds one as well, so bringing it back to the favor of the CT side. Method. And now we're back to a 2v2. Simphis not going to find the op shot, not looking the right direction at the right time. And now it's Automatic in a 1v2. And on Catwalk, Got to check your corners there as he flops down onto the stairs as Ellie takes him down from behind. Method pick up a CT side round, 12-11.
Yep. So, like you said, finally picked that up, and actually did a pretty good job of not losing a whole lot of equipment there. They are going to have to. Let's see. I'm seeing what they're buying up. They have a couple players with some decent money, but I don't think it's enough to drop if they were to lose this one. So they're in that same sort of situation that compLexity was, where if they lose this one, it's going to be tough for them to buy in the next round.
I've always wanted to do this, Holden. Somebody in chat asked if this was a rerun. No, this is not a rerun. But now everybody's going to be really confused when it's actually a rerun.
Yeah, except you're talking about it. So.
Yeah, but now they don't know.
It's true.
Semphis going for the pick there into the B hall is not going to find it. Toy gets away with his life. That nade did a lot of damage on a Semphis. 53 damage to be exact for those of you keeping track at home. Smoke grenade comes out from his teammate Ellie. He's going to go for the jump peek, and that's a bad smoke. I'm surprised they weren't ready for him to jump up just yet. But Molotov to come out, and this push going to be coming in towards this B bomb site. They're trying to bait out as many grenades as they possibly can. Flashes and nades go out, and that bomb going to get picked up here very, very shortly. So it's moved back towards mid on the back of Semphis. Let's see if he goes towards T-spawn, and he does. So that hit is actually coming towards A. They do have automatic playing up here in connector, but really no map control for compLexity. They do have automatic lurked out in mid, but it's going to be 4 players from the terrorist force over by A ramp for this execution. They still have a handful of nades to work with, but what can Roberts and Silent do? The AWP and the M4. Hit comes in. Silent takes one. Valens down and out, but Roka's there. Roberts gets taken down. Justin goes down as well, and this could be another round on the board for compLexity. It's looking good. It's down to a 3 versus 1 as Ellie is your last man standing. Semphis from the firebox can't land the shot. Goes for the repeat. Hits the shot. He's down to 5 HP, but he comes out on top 12-12 now, and the money situation for the CT side, it's in shambles. We're looking at a possible 13-12 scoreline before this next round is all said and done.
Yeah, like you said, this is where it starts to get scary. This is where you start to sweat if your method. Now, not that they haven't done well in their eco rounds, so, you know, there's always that opportunity. compLexity have done very well in theirs, so, you know, you can't freak out too much, but you have to be worried. But just a really good round by compLexity on that last one. I'm not really sure what cued them off to just go ahead. It wasn't like it was a fake. They just simply decided, all right, nope, we're going to go to the A bomb site instead of B. After initially putting the pressure there, but they're working towards B right now, and they actually only got 1 player in that B bomb site to deal with, but a lot of presence in mid, so quick rotations are going to happen.
So again, 12-12. That bomb is going to be on the back of Valens. They're trying to flush Ellie out of position. That Molotov and those nades, they drop so much utility into the backside of that B bomb site. Flashbangs go out. But look at this. Roberts and Justin going to try to find themselves into a good position. Nice shot from Justin.
Whoa.
He takes 2. Runs out of bullets. And coming around on the flank is going to be Roka and Valens to take down the last 2. Silent and Ellie go down. But Justin, wow, doubling him up with the Silent USP. Some great shots from him. But unfortunately, it's too little too late in compLexity. Going to take back the lead, 13-12.
And again here, Method, you know, just because of the economy, they're not going to be able to pick up that op, which, you know, Silent is generally pretty effective with. And, you know, he's been fairly decent with the round that they won. He did pretty well with, but he actually hasn't been that effective with it on this side of the map anyways. But they're going to do a quick pressure actually towards mid to see when they catch one off guard, and they don't. Yes, they finally pick that up, and they pick up one more onto Valens. So now Semphis with the return, but it is a 4v3 all of a sudden in favor of Method.
Yeah, but Roka's already got control of the CT spawn. He's going to come under battle here, and he's going to lose it to Ellie. He peeked out a little bit too wide, a little bit wider than I would have liked to have seen him peek. He could have held the stairs angle for a little while longer and waited for his teammates to get that bomb plant, but he overextends, and he pays the price for it, so it's a 2v4 retake. And we could see Method chime in with another one. His Sanks goes down. It's on Semphis, and he's stuck in the middle of the bomb site with nowhere to go, so it's going to be tied back up 13-13.
This is so similar to the first half, it's kind of scary. I mean, I think compLexity took a little bit longer to pick up and start trading these rounds back and forth, but I mean, it's just playing out very similar. You had the terrorist side just start out so very strong, and then all of a sudden some rounds started to trade a little bit towards the end. But compLexity going to have, again, enough money to buy here. Method, if they really want to pick up this win, they need to win again. They need to win this one here if they want a chance to sort of pick this up. If they pick that up, compLexity will be forced into a save or close to one, although knowing Semphis, they'll force.
Most definitely, but 13-13, and again, really, really close matchup here. Silent with the AWP is going to be looking down the B halls. He might be able to find one. That's Roka. That's the advantage that Method is looking for. Now, again, they need to string these rounds together because if they lose this, they're back on a save, and they could be down 15-13 when all's said and done. This is really going to be on whether or not Roberts can line these shots up. And he does. He takes down Sanks, the two-man advantage, the molly into connector. That's a good molly. That's right at the feet of Automatic. That flushes him out, does a tremendous amount of damage to him as well. So he's down to 76 HP. And that's going to hold them honest from that peak. And coming around from Subway, Alley gets two. And that leaves some Semphis once again. LMS with the AWP. Going to be able to find the first shot on the toy. But that's probably as far as he's going to get. As you see the last couple of players. Nice grenade to his feet. 50 damage nade right there. And nice shot from Silent over the boxes. And the A bomb site takes him down. 14-13 Method. They string two.
Yeah, I mean, they get that. And as we said, compLexity going to go ahead and buy up those rifles. So they're going to have a couple players on the weaker side of the rifles, or maybe with just a Tech 9. Yep, Tech 9 armor. So they go ahead and pick up that. So again, we expected this. This is exactly what we see out of Semphis. This is the way he believes to play in this game, and it's not necessarily a bad way to play. The pistols are strong, especially when you have that armor. So we'll see what they can do here. They're stacking up towards that A bomb site, and they're going to get those smokes out. So they're just doing the set A take, get the wall of smoke up, and see if we can get in and get that bomb plant.
Again, another tall order as they are going to be on that force buy like you talked about, but Roberts is going to be able to open things up. Roka trades back, but Justin going to drop him as well, so the advantage going the way of the CT. But this is going to be Semphis. Can he get there in time to support his teammates? No. LMS once again, AK-47 in hand. He's going to be able to catch a couple of players here. Taps down one, looking for the other one, but he's not going to be able to find it just yet, as I'm getting a little bit of a leg spike there. But Toy gets the frag anyway, and Method is on match point.
Yeah, it's, I mean, I'm just looking at the scoreboard here, and both teams just have some stars coming out to shine. But, I mean, really on the Method side, I think you mentioned these three players in the first half, but you've got Justin, Toy, and Silent all sort of carrying that team. Justin at the top with 29, and Silent and Toy at 25 and 24, respectively. But then you look over on the compLexity side, Sanks. 34 frags. He really sort of is what I think turned around this compLexity team. Once they got on this terrorist side, he sort of went off and got them back into this. But I think at this point it may have been too little too late, as Method is now this last round potentially from winning it.
And that's the biggest part about this right now is this forced buy from compLexity in the last round. It didn't really yield them anything, and bad flashbang there as Valence is going to get blinded out. Automatic going to be able to trade out Roka, as they do lose a couple of players early on in this matchup. And that's just in the top fragger, so that's not a bad trade to have. But you still got to compete with Roberts here in the backside of this A-bomb site, as well as Toy. Automatic going to find a second frag as he takes down Roberts. Toy did manage to find Sank, so both top fraggers from both teams are down and out. But you still have Ellie, Toy, and Silent to contend with here on this retake. And Silent's going to get the Tech 9 frag to the face of Valence, takes him out, and it's Automatic and Semphis to try to close this match out and try to keep it alive for compLexity. Automatic with a third this round, and he's still on 100 HP. What can Semphis do? He's going to be able to get the dink down, but Toy finds the head of him. And Toy, he's going to stick to the fuse. He's in a great position. Automatic. He doesn't throw the molly out in time. He gets to the fuse before he burns, and it's over. 16-13 Method. Wow. A second earlier, that Molotov would have taken him down, but unfortunately, Automatic doesn't throw it in time.
Yep, he goes ahead and picks that up. Again, Toy there at the end, one of the stars of the Method side during that match. He picks it up. He gets the defuse at the end of the game. And as you said, Method with, I don't know that we can call it an upset because we haven't seen a whole lot of this solidified compLexity roster playing, but definitely a very solid performance by them on the terrorist side. And then they come around and they able to close it out late on their second half. So good job by them. We got two more matches coming up this evening. And
yes, we do.
I think Moses might be back, although now he's gone silent again.